Hello and welcome to Mad For It. This is the we haven't in a while. Right. The boys on the road to see Oasis, but in this very special episode, also Cast and Richard Ashcroft live in 2025. And that's the subject of today's episode. We're going to get into some of their top tracks, whether we're looking forward to them, what they might play, will they bring the vibe? But first, I think, Tom, you've got a wee bit of news.
Well, not super interesting, unfortunately, but Oasis do have a new single box set thing, compilation out. And I was like, how many of these have they had over the years? I thought it'd just be one a year, Noel just getting his cash. But apparently it's only the second one after Stop the Clocks, 2006. And I think he was pretty proud that he had a greatest hits before he hit 40. I think that says quite a lot for, an achievement. But yeah, time flies. You can get like 60 of vinyls all together in a box, and it's like 70 quid, didn't you say?
It's 70 quid, but it's weighty. It's heavy.
Weighty.
It's like a big beast you could club or something.
So it's every single. So whether you want to actually own the last 4 or 5 discs, I don't know, because all the way to Falling Down, which as we know isn't the greatest of singles. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, do people who are into records collect compilation records? Like, I know people grab old-fashioned ones, like old 70s jazz and stuff, but you surely have the Oasis albums.
I try not to buy compilations because it's kind of like cheating. Like, if you got them on vinyl, like, you want the album. Like, maybe if you got a CD for the car, you might go, here's the best bits.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Beatles album?
The Best of the Beatles.
Best of the Beatles. Like, literally that, like, I guess it's a way to make money. Somebody, young kids who like vinyl now.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to get into bands as well. Like, I got into a lot of bands that way, like the Jam, Smiths, the Pixies. Like, you just kind of get an idea of what you like, and then you can hone in on each album and each era and kind of dive in a bit more.
But if you're such a big Oasis fan that you're willing to spend 70 quid on vinyl on them, but you're not buying the albums, which when I was in HMV, it was 3 albums for like 66 quid. So you could just get 3 albums if you want
3 albums,
and then just
ignore the rest.
Bin off the rest, and that's still cheaper than getting this compilation. But is it for like completionists? I guess.
I think that's probably the thing. Yeah, like you got to have everything, got to have it all, and there's another one for the wall.
Well, I tell you what, I did see also in HMV, and this is, I was quite shocked to see it. The Amazon Oasis shirt was in stock in there, which I thought was an exclusive to Amazon.
Oh, really?
But it was literally there on a mannequin.
Wow, we got a lot of flack for saying like, oh, look at this shirt, and like, oh, it's Nebworth, it's not even to do with the gig. Apparently it's a replica of the Nebworth shirt from the time, which kind of makes sense, but I don't think we were very clear.
But it still looks crap.
But it still looks crap.
It looks crap.
Because it's cheap. Yeah.
Well, it's not cheap now. Charging an arm and a leg.
What are you getting in H&V?
I was having a browse.
Oh, really?
I literally was having a browse before I got the tube.
You worn out your Sex Positions poster to get a bag of crisps or something, because that's all they're selling now.
Yeah,
Funko Pops, bags of crisps.
Like K-pop stuff, and then, foreign candy. But, what's wrong with HMV?
No fop,
the last time I went in one, it was hell. It was like going in with like a TK Maxx or something. It was just like...
Yeah, I felt like that.
Just a nightmare. Just a real, Monster energy drink of people who...
CEX energy.
Yeah, literally, like, it's become... That was like my childhood, going in there, getting posters, getting CDs.
Virgin Media.
Now it's like, what are you getting? Like, it's the doornet. When you see these things shop in your shop, you're fucked. It's game over.
I tell you one thing I also did see in there was... You can buy like a record for like, I don't know, 20 quid, but maybe less than 20 quid. And they were selling another like canvas, like a square canvas print of the album. And that was 20 quid. And I swear some of the albums were less than 20 quid. You could buy the album and just put that on your wall. Yeah. And then you also have the record rather than just like a piece of old canvas.
Someone's buying it.
Yeah, desperate tat. Like, they've probably sold
we need some
there now, knowing it. Like, they're getting that desperate. So
we wish.
Yeah.
The Mad For It range coming to HMV. Always been fans, haven't we, Josh?
We're big fans.
So today's episode, Cast and Richard Ashcroft. Do you want to take them one and then the other?
I don't want to take them at all. But
Right, well, should we move on to the topic of today's episode, which is Cast and Richard Ashcroft?
Yeah.
I think we'll take them in turn, in order of the gig.
Yeah.
And so we'll kick it with Cast. And I don't know, I wanted to start with... What's your relationship to Cast? Like, how much did you know them back then? Like, what's your like overall impression of Cast from back in the day before this Mad For It nonsense began?
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't have told you what a Cast song was until the Oasis reunion happened, and I went and listened to loads of other Britpop bands. So, Cast's a name that's there, and then I was like, Walk Away. I was like, they did that song.
Yeah.
That was and I remember hearing that song when I was young, and you just hear it about, but like, no relationship with Cast at all.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe I didn't even know the name. I definitely didn't know Walk Away. Like, that just evaded me. But, you know, there's all the bands from that era, you know, Ocean Colour Scene and things like this. You kind of, you know, you get a bit of the landscape. But this one just, I think maybe they're a bit older. Maybe they're kind of like the Manics where they came into play during Britpop.
This album came out in 1995, the first Cast album.
It was the first one, or didn't have like 2 or 3 before that?
No, they formed in 92.
right.
So it was a
No, just-
long gestation period of that
Zero
first
then.
album.
Like, yeah, zero touch, mate. What about you?
Yeah, like had heard songs and like knew that album all change a bit, but listening to them, like basically everything from later than that, it was all new to me. Like, I had no like knowledge, no reference point. Don't remember any of it being big at the time beyond those like couple of songs from that album.
Yeah,
they just completely passed me by. But,
so it's going to be for you then, this gig. This is like your band.
Well,
as far as the three of us
you're
guys.
going to see Cast out.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Ocean Colour Scene, because I was like, I'd be so much happier if Ocean Colour Scene
Yeah,
were playing.
amazing.
I'd be like actually really excited to see them.
Yeah, same.
Whereas Cast feels like same sort of, you know, place in British music history, but like nowhere near as
Well, what was the Noel quote?
fun.
What was that original?
didn't he say
it was
they're like the most
they changed
important
my
band?
life? Or,
Yeah.
and then so even based on that, we were all like, oh, okay, maybe we should give this a go. Like, and then it was like, it's all right. Like, like I always say, like, put the album on. I'm like, oh, I really like this. And then about 4 or 5 tracks in, I'm like, I've kind of had enough of this.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of wears its wear like really quick.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see them live. I'm sure we'll get like that live feeling. Or we'll feel different, and they'll be like what 10 gigs in by then, so they'll be on good form.
Well, are we actually going to get in that early to see Cast?
Hell yeah,
So, like,
we got to see the
like
we
5
can't do a podcast
5
for a
o'clock
year.
in a virtually empty Wembley.
I mean,
come on.
because it's going to get busy in there, innit? And then you'll never get to a good shot of them, of Oasis. But that album, like listening to it, I was like, okay, let's get into it. All right, it's got a very like 70s kind of glam rock kind of British. And I was like, well, that's my least favourite genre of any music.
Have you heard Oasis?
But like, this is like really going for it. Like how he sings, it's like a bit like, I guess like kind of, who does he sound like?
I literally would have to remind myself
Because
of what
it's like kind of like a bit of like, but it's not Bowie. I don't. There was something about it that's like.
I thought it was more 60s than 70s.
Either way, it was not my cup of tea throughout the whole
Shall I
thing.
run through their top Spotify songs?
Go for it.
Yeah, please do.
Which are largely from that one album. So Walk Away,
Yeah,
as
I
discussed,
do like that.
is number 1. All Right, not the Supergrass song.
That's the opener,
first
isn't it?
song of the album.
Sandstorm,
Third song.
and then Fine Time.
Yeah, not even the best song called Sandstorm.
Not
Like,
even the best song called All Right either.
yeah,
And I don't even like the Supergrass song.
yeah.
I've just.
Guess I'm all right.
Yeah, you're right.
The reason why Tom didn't know any of the songs is because he's only just listened to one right now.
You're absolutely right. That is like a 70s glam rock thing. I had it wrong. I thought it was more of like a cool 60s-y animals kind of thing, but it's not.
Like
It's
that
more like
kind of like
yeah,
Mark Bolan guitar.
it's
kind
like
of thing.
status quo kind of. What's the other one? Slade.
Yeah, it's
That's why. That's
Yeah.
why Noel likes 60s.
it's
loves Slade.
very much that, and I'm like, it's like you could say this was from that time, and I buy it. It goes so heavily into that, and that is not a turn on for me in any way.
Yeah.
Like their top songs, listening to them, I was like, okay, like a lot of them. I think there's a later song that I've heard from like a later album, but he kind of drops the voice a bit.
Oh, right.
And he isn't going like kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, this is more palatable, but this is like Travis or something.
Oh,
Like-
come on. Travis are miles better. Again,
Yeah.
if Travis were the third one, I'd be
Mate,
like
yeah,
more
that would be
excited.
sick. Yeah, you're right. I'm not slighting Travis, but I'm saying it's that
Yeah,
kind of
You can
cut.
slate Travis. It's fine.
Travis-
Yeah, I
good
like
lads.
if Travis were up there doing Rain on Me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but-
Yeah, exactly.
all right,
Imagine
hang on,
that sing
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
what else
that's
did they
sad,
do? The Scientist.
They did Flowers in the Window. That was Travis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was again.
Flowers in the window.
Such a
This was-
lovely day.
Yeah, that Cast album, it's like, this will probably mean something to a lot of people go to the gig who were like, at the time, they might have had a big part in that. People are like, oh, look, I can't believe I get to see Oasis and Cast and Dickie Ashcroft all in one spot.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be guys who love it. We might see Men in Tears like at this. This is their youth. But to me, it's like, it imitates much of its predecessors that's maybe why like people like going back and being like, oh, Cast are wicked. Oasis take from that, have the influence there, but give us something new. Whereas Cast are just doing a 70s kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
it's like a tribute.
does that not make it like again like you? I think you're right when you're saying the 70s vibe. But then that album came out in 1995, right?
Yeah.
Oasis are already on the scene and like changing things, and then to do like that coming out is sort of like.
Well, it's interesting because Cast, the singer, who is
John Cast.
John Cast, Jack Power or something. What, I have a note of it somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Johnny Cast.
Johnny Cast.
So Mickey Cast of Cast was originally in the Lars
Yes.
as
Oh,
the
that was
bass
it.
player.
Yes, yeah.
And then Noel also loves the Lars.
Right.
And I was like, right, I'll have a listen to the Lars and see what, because their album came out in 1990.
Yeah.
Has a very kind of throwbacky kind of
Yeah.
like 70s kind of 60s-y kind of. I'll say that someone would freak out about it, but they've got that.
No one's watching. It's fine.
That Britpop sound that's very similar with Oasis kind of. That thread is there in 1990.
Yeah.
4 years before Oasis released anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then what the hell's he playing out by 95?
Well, maybe he was maybe they were like the big influence to Lars with this album. It started the Britpop kind of idea that people are like, well, these guys are doing that. We're going to do that as well. So maybe they're influential in that sense. They died out because they have one album and they went. And,
Well, I told the story before. I think it's Lee Mavers, I think the singer, and he just kept recording the same album because they just wasn't getting it right.
Well,
and you just quit after
there's
like
5 versions
6
of
years.
There She Goes in the top 5 songs of the
Yeah, that's
Spotify
it.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
literally, there was nothing that they put out either that I was like, oh, okay, I like that song, but that's an advert song again. Like, it's just.
But isn't that song about heroin?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, it's about doing. But that's like the story that you always hear. It's like I guarantee every person who's ever brought that song up, someone's like, "Oh, did you know it's about heroin?" It's like just that.
It's the Kirsty McCall jet ski thing.
Yeah, just watching Lord of the Rings, Viggo Mortensen breaking his
He
foot,
kicks the
by
thing.
kicking
Yeah.
the thing. It's that kind of thing. But yeah, so I wasn't impressed with the previous offerings of the Lars and then Cast, but yeah, like so seeing them, I'll sing "Walk Away." I like that song, but it's not offering anything else. So I'm not excited to see them.
But 30 minutes of just come on, feel it, just.
Yeah, but it's not that though.
But
Is it? If it was,
it's
They've
that
got more
vibe,
albums
innit?
out than that.
Yeah.
So are they going to go up there and be like, we're just going to play All Change? Or are they going to be like, well, this is after new album?
well, they literally had an album out last year.
Yeah,
So I actually looked, and I was quite impressed really that because they broke up in 2001, got back together in 2010, and then been pumping albums.
What's
out.
the last
2024 was the most
album called?
recent.
Last Orders. Though. That's something. Well, it's not that great. But but yeah,
Stays in.
I mean, we'll go there if we get in there.
We're getting in there. We have to go in there.
The argument is, do we go see Cast? What will Cast cost us, beer-wise, in Wembley Arena? That's what we have to weigh
That
up.
is true, yeah.
Is it worth
do
the
the maths.
costs of £10 pints to watch Cast?
Let me say Wembley Stadium before some idiot.
Oh yeah,
corrects
Wembley
you on
Stadium. Sorry, no,
Um,
I'm seeing Cast in Wembley Arena. Then going over to the
completely
stadium.
different date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is the thing because you could be in a pub and the pub will be playing like Oasis songs, and yes, it'll probably still be £7 a pint, but it won't be £10 a pint.
Yeah,
That's quite appealing.
that's
but
it. Yeah. There's
I feel we've got a duty to be there. Also,
yeah
But if
for
we-
the cost of saving £12, it'll be probably each.
Yeah.
If we have like 3 or 4 pints.
But it's our special night together.
It is.
It's like a birthday, just all out.
We say that.
Close
You
your
guys
eyes and
are
just
taking
spend.
half days off work. I thought.
yeah. Well, how well do you want to get there? I'm not going to get there at 9 a.m. Doors don't even open till
Start
like 4 or
pre-drinking
5.
during the day, getting ready. It's the big one.
I'll be pre-drink 1 o'clock onwards.
1 o'clock. What time do you finish work?
I've got a day off, I think. I
Oh,
took a day off
amazing.
and a day off after.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Look at
So
that.
we're going out after. That's what I'm excited
I
for.
think we need to take the day off after. Don't we?
We got to go to like Box Park and see a
Have
tribute
you not got a
band.
day off after?
I will do now.
Oh fuck!
Come on, son.
You're going to designate a driver. Tap waters the whole day. Like.
I'm the tour bus driver of Cast, driving them to a different gig.
But yeah, well, we'll probably see. We're gonna have to go see Cast now. We're making an event of the entire 2 days. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see Cast, and they might blow us away. We might see what Noel's. It was like, these are the songbirds of every generation. Like,
Perhaps,
Can I make one final point on Cast,
Please do,
which
yeah.
is Walk Away? Isn't it just Don't Marry Her by Beautiful South?
yeah, but that's a
Oh,
way
that's a
better
tune.
song.
Yeah,
I
but that's
love the
after
Beautiful
because I actually looked it up and I was like,
So Cast
timelines.
influenced Beautiful
Well,
South.
maybe, and Beautiful South are good.
They are good, yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe
I wish
that's-
Paul Heaton was supporting.
Yeah, so- well, we thought it was going to be. I think our second episode was like, who are we going to get
Oh,
I think
yeah, to play
Paul
Heaton.
Heaton was.
I think the Paul Heaton one was solely just because it was called Heaton
Heaton
Park.
Park.
So I just put it down. How crazy would that be? Paul Heaton in Heaton
Paul
Park.
Heaton Park.
Oh, mate, that'd be so good. Like, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, Ocean Colour Scene should have played. Like,
I know.
Yeah,
it would
I
have been
feel-
amazing.
Yeah, but
mate.
isn't that guy really tricky? Is he the guy that walked off Buzzcocks? Who's that guy? Huey.
No, that's from Fun Loving Criminals.
Yeah.
It's all the same, mate.
Huey
It's all
Morgan.
it's all
It's
shit, isn't it?
absolutely not
It
the
is all
same.
right.
Like
Is it what-
rap rock from
Is it rap? What?
New York,
Oh, right.
running around.
I don't know. It's just all blurred into one for me.
That'd be better as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Huey goes.
He could walk off stage for us. Yeah.
Right, boys. I think it's time to move on to the big man, Dickie Ashcroft.
Dickie boy.
Right. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked before with Cast. What was your relationship with Ricardo Ashcroft before this mad little period with Oasis began?
Well, for me, obviously, you've got Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
You can't ignore it. It's an absolute banger. I was going to ask you guys about the Rolling Stones sample because that's such a big thing, but I don't know what the sample's from.
So the
So I
song,
don't-
the song was
It's the string
sample,
section.
I believe, and maybe this is me getting something wrong, but it was in a Rolling Stones song, and they sampled that. But actually, the Stones had sampled it from
Right.
something else,
I feel like I knew
and
that
and
once.
thus legal trouble ensued.
Right.
If you listen to like the original, which I can't, it's like decades before. It is literally just a dun 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 dun
It's like
dun,
a
dun, dun,
war
dun,
song.
like
dun.
dancing
Yeah.
music.
That's like
Yeah.
the whole song, but so it's
Okay.
very fair to say he took a lot out of it, and I think they thought he was just going to take like a snippet, whereas it literally runs
It's
through
the
the
whole
entire
song.
song.
yeah.
So that was the only one I knew. And Verve Drugs Don't Work because in Phoenix Nights they make a joke about it.
Yeah.
They bloody should do. You've taken enough of
Yeah,
them. You know. And just the general Ashcroft. I knew his name. It carried over. But again, I kind of saw this as like second or third tier Oasis. It's like you've got
Yeah.
Blur, you've got
Yeah.
Oasis, you've got the Pulp, you've got your Key Boys, and then
Yeah,
if you want to go a bit further, there's more to explore. But I never really took that
Yeah.
leap.
I think that album's pretty good though.
Urban Hymns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The album, in the same way
Yes.
Cast have at the album.
I tell you,
That is obviously for the Verve boys.
I just listened to like top Verve songs. I didn't go and like listen to the album.
but what's your relationship?
My relationship is that I'm more into it now. Especially going to see it. I want to see Bittersweet Symphony, but I never liked it when I was younger. It actually drove me mad.
Yeah.
It was always on. It was
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
on the radio.
Yeah.
It was always on every advert. Fat Les parodied the video for the Vindaloo.
Yeah, but what a parody! What a video!
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people in that video. I'm like, oh my god, this is the start of their career, and then they cursed our TV. Like, that's where if you like them, you like the lads from Little Britain.
No, I don't.
Yeah, was it you on the Little Britain forums? Yeah, it was-
I mentioned it because someone mentioned Oasis or something
yeah,
once.
and
Yeah,
they're in the video, but yeah, and you've got Keith.
Don't try and
scumbag
get
Keith
don't try
Allen.
and get us cancelled.
yeah. That's
But
the-
We'll cancel you, mate.
But anyway, yeah, Ashcroft, whatever. Literally, Phoenix Nights, Drugs Don't Work. That's
Yeah.
the only reason I'd know
Yeah.
the Verve song. But listening to those songs since, like, even the Oasis reunion before they announced Dickie, I was like listening. I was like, oh yeah, Drugs Don't Work's cool.
Yep.
And then whatever one,
Mm.
the other main song that the Verve have got, like the three Bittersweet Symphony, Drugs Don't
Lucky
Work,
Man.
and the other one,
Lucky man or Sonnet.
Lucky Man.
Lucky
Lucky
so
man.
what's your relation?
Well, it's funny we mentioned the video because I used to live in Hoxton and that was recorded on the like Hoxton, like the main high street there. And if you watch the video back, because it's not that long a street, he's just going up and down the whole video, like going back and forth. This long walk, it gives you the impression he's like walking with purpose. But you see
Actually,
like the
this
same
isn't-
shots.
He isn't
same
walking
shots.
down a long street. He's just looping
It's
around.
actually
They're,
not true.
they're lying to you.
Well, I thought it was interesting trivia.
Yeah.
I
No,
saw-
that's good. It's good to know.
I got another piece of trivia about
Yeah.
the video, but I can't remember if it's true or not because I haven't seen the video for so long. But at the end, I don't know if he cut it off, but he gets beaten up. Is that in the video or did they film it?
No,
and
that's
it's
the
not
Fat
in the
Les one,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're-
No, because he said they filmed it, but they didn't use it.
Oh yeah, that does ring a
Because
bell.
he's on Radio X now with his big styrofoam face doing it. Well, we actually Oasis used to support us actually once. It's like, yeah, all right, just
Yeah,
pipe
just
down,
chill
mate.
out. You
It's just,
fucking-
you know what? I've just got to say about Dickie Ashcroft before
Yeah.
I forget. He is Noel Gallagher without a sense of humor about himself.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He's confident. He's cocky. He knows how to write a tune. He was in the right place at the right time, but he cannot laugh at himself.
It's interesting because you say that because I see interviews with him and he kind of talks like this ethereal kind of being of the idea of the music industry. It's like, mate, like I know people love that one Verve album you've done, and they kind of stick with you because there wasn't that much going on music-wise. You just like listen to one vein of music if you were like old enough in the 90s, then never adapted. But like, yeah, you're not like this big deal. Like, you might have had one good solo album, which I don't know. I can't speak for it because I don't know enough of it. But like, you're
slagging off anyway, though, right?
Yeah,
okay, come on.
Have a go.
Character
He
assassination.
doesn't upset me all that much. Like I watch him and I'm like, okay. Like I've seen bits of him. Yeah, he doesn't have a sense of humour about himself. And the way he talks about himself is kind of a bit like, yeah, I'm the guy. Yeah, it's easy. It's going to 10 nights at Wembley.
But that makes him unlikable compared to Noel, because if Noel goes, I've got £1 million in the bank and I want more, you're like, yeah, all right, mate. Like, you know.
But Dickie Ashcroft's more of an artist.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like
yeah.
a gone artist.
Yeah, should we talk about the new single, or are we going to say?
Yes, come on, let's
because he is an artist.
Let's get into it.
All right, I've been literally giddy about this for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah,
because the Pulp single came out. They've had 1 or 2 now, and the album's just launched. And the first Pulp single I thought was great. I don't know why he's singing about Spike Island. I thought that was a Stone Roses thing.
Yes.
So I'm like, what's the association there? And it's kind of like,
well, they were knocking about
Magic Pie, where we're like, the song's good, but Magic Pie doesn't mean anything. So now the song doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Spike Island, what does that mean? Like, did they support Stone Roses?
No, I don't.
Why are they singing about someone else's event?
Because they went. That was the place people used to go.
Oh, so what? Nah, don't worry for me.
No.
But it's a tune. Anyway, and you get that and you go, all right, well, Britpop, we can kind of bring it back. It's a bit more mature.
Yeah.
There's some grey hairs in the beard, but like, you can do your thing. Good on you. And then Lover comes out and there was a preview of Lover and it was like him like knelt down in front of a atomic bomb blast, and he had it in his reflecting in his glasses. I was like, what's this going to be? And then you drop like the biggest school disco banger of all time.
Yeah.
yeah. That's a very
It's
good way of
literally
describing
that,
it.
It's funny for him to come. He would have recorded that, and he'll show like either his new girlfriend or his wife or his kid. They're like, oh, look, listen to what Daddy's been doing. And his teenage son's probably like, oh yeah, that's good. Because it's not. It's crazy, but it's crazy. But I heard it like 10 times today.
Yeah,
literally, like when you sometimes go for a shit and you've got like a YouTube reel on, you just have it on the side and you're sorting yourself out. It just loops for like 5 minutes where you're just doing everything else, like fucking around. I did that with the Dickie Ashcroft song. That must be the most listened to Ashcroft song that I've heard.
Yeah, same.
Literally, I've heard it like over 10 times. I could sing you the rhythm of it, but it is so bad it's good.
Were you on the toilet for all 10 listens?
I got off the toilet.
Yeah.
And then
Here we go.
back on.
Here we go.
No, I went around and was just doing
You
stuff.
came back on
And
again.
for some reason, Spotify just kept looping it.
Oh, that's funny because that song actually sounds like Dickie Ashcroft is on the toilet. So it's not far up for 10 hours. Yeah, it was funny because we were doing research for the Morning Glory episode coming up. Stay tuned. And I put that whole album on and then deliberately put Lover right after it. So when I was running this morning on my playlist, it just went like, what's the last one? Champagne Supernova. And you're like 7.5 minutes of this glorious album. Great ending. And then you're just like, Lover. And like, is this like a Michael Jackson song that he didn't want to sing? You know how Justin Timberlake got all the Michael Jackson songs he didn't want to sing? And you're like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. This, school disco music. It sounds like 2001, like 2003.
It sounds bad.
Little Bow Wow song, or like something on Cribs.
Yeah.
Like a real throwback.
It's somewhat worse, but it just seems so like someone made this in their bedroom.
Yeah.
And he went round to their flat and recorded this like behind a mattress or something. It makes no sense.
No.
But it's the second song I want to see the most from Richard Ashcroft.
Oh my god, yeah.
What,
If
after
he
the
plays,
Bittersweet Symphony?
Yeah, literally like I want to see Dickie Ashcroft sing Lover.
well, he's gonna do like drugs don't work, and we're all gonna be like, oh my god, what songbird of our generation into. All right, here's my new one, Lover.
Yeah.
Like what the.
Well, when he had a gig in Stevenage in their football ground the other week, and he opened with it. He opened with Lover.
You've got
It's
to
gonna
get
be
it out of the way.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I've been looking for footage of it. I could.
No, I couldn't see
He
it.
had to wipe all the footage.
Yeah.
of it
It's
oh my
just all
God.
booze.
Song of the song. Oh man, imagine that. Imagine if
He might not play it by the time he gets to
Oh,
us.
he
Oh, he
has to.
has
It's his
to.
big new
That's-
song. This is
I can't wait for
comeback.
that song.
Yeah.
I
Sort
can't wait.
of
That's the reason I'm
single.
going. I paid the extra like 150 quid for Lover.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the best song with Lover in the title? Mr. Lover Lover?
I want to be a lover. Right, is that Billy Ocean? Lover boy.
Michael McDonald.
No, I was thinking it was Michael McDonald, but I think it's Billy Ocean, Lover Boy. It might be like Wang Chung or something. I don't know, but like, I don't like that one. What else is there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it seems like it's in the top 3 anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
there we go.
it's
But yeah,
my
so
number
we've
one.
got Lover by Dickie Ashcroft,
Yeah.
Billy Ocean.
Oh man,
Love
if he comes out to that, I'm gonna freak out. If
Yeah.
that's the first song, I'm gonna go fucking nuts for that.
Yeah, but it'll just be us 3 in a by that point maybe half-filled Wembley. Everyone else just like looking
I
at
think
their
it's going to
phone.
be packed when he gets up there. Like,
Oh yeah,
I think
people. Are
everybody's got the same mentality. They're like, fuck it, let's spend more money on pints in there just so we can watch Cast and Dickie.
committed. Yeah.
But people will be keen to see Dickie, whereas
Well, think about people that loved him when Urban Hymns came out in like '97.
yeah,
You know, if you were 15 or 20 then, now you're like what, pushing 45, 50, and you just maybe you haven't tuned into like the latest YouTube videos that he's releasing.
yeah.
And you go, oh, I'm going to hear Bittersweet Symphony, and he comes out and plays Lover.
Also-
You're like, what is it? Like, is the whole set going to be this shit? Like,
You'll have like men of a certain age taking like their teenage sons along, being like, "Oh, I love Oasis. Let me teach you about this guy Richard Ashcroft," and that's what he comes on to. And the kid's just like, "Dad, what the hell is this?"
Well, I was
He's
so
like, I don't
shocked.
remember fingering his mother to this. Like, what is this? Like,
it was the YouTube comments that got me, because obviously the first like 24 hours that came out, I just could not comprehend that he actually released it. And people are just like, it's as good as Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah.
It's like it's like Bohemian Rhapsody 2. But people are so sincere about it, like, yes, new music from Dickie. Yeah, and it's like, do people have no subjective, like, you can say that people you likes music is crap. Like, you're not harming.
I mean, we do it every week with
yeah,
Oasis.
but exactly.
practically.
You're not like, I love Oasis, but
Yeah.
I don't love Mucky Fingers because it's
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, people just have to fall on one side or the other now.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I'll tell you what, I said this before, it's an amazing flare in the sky for Oasis not to release any new music.
Yeah.
Because whatever it is, it's just going to be like...
it can't be Lover though.
Yeah, but what if Noel wrote it and then was like, "Oh no, I'll send
Yeah,
it down
give
the
it-
chain of
yeah,
it, like
yeah.
to Timberlake. I'll send it down to Ashcroft."
But this is a sample, and in the thing they said, I don't know who it was, like Joan someone, we'll have to flash it up, and it's in the thing, it's like Lover, my new single, sampled by Joan Ashcroft or whatever, and then it says like Joan listened to it and approved, and I was like, oh my god, you shouldn't have written that at the end, because like now she looks shit.
yeah,
You know, if she's written some techno song from the 2010s that he sampled, it's like, oh my god, this sounds like Rebecca Black Friday.
Yeah, it
You
does.
know?
It's
yeah, but that's a good song.
I'll
It's
tell
like-
you what,
it's
it sounds
good,
like
right?
the song that reminds me the most of is Uncle Cracker. Follow me.
Yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
listen to it, like literally,
Yes,
listen, I
that's
can
it.
sing it over it. It's
Or like Sugar
crazy.
Ray or something.
Yeah.
It's come on, maybe.
Yeah,
It's
follow
down
me
fly.
and everything is alright. It
Yes,
literally fits
thank
over
you.
the top of it.
Yes.
I was singing that today.
It's
And I was
nowhere
like-
near as good as that.
It's nowhere near as good,
Oh, well.
but it's wicked.
Give it time. Like, time will age it.
The song it reminded me of, not because it's necessarily musically similar, but was Rude Box by the podcast favourite Robbie Williams.
That's
where
a good
he was
song.
like, let me try something different.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh God, maybe I should have just
put
stuck
it
with
away,
the like
put it
nice
away.
pop ballads.
Actually, Rude Box isn't the song I'm thinking of. Never mind.
It's another
That's just
Robbie
the
Williams
rap one, isn't it?
Yeah. After,
yeah.
It was like a comeback after a few years away for Robbie.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh.
But yeah. But I'm excited to see him. I like to see Swagger. I hope he drops some cocaine out of his turn up of his gene like he did on Soccer AM. He denies that. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but it's still
Yeah.
funny.
It's still
like-
funny. Yeah, no.
It's related to Ashcroft, and then he put a video out saying, he doesn't do that. Drugs are for losers.
Yeah.
Don't do none of that stuff. It's like
He's that skinny through diet, isn't he? He's just,
exactly. But, oh, mate, he looks Nosferatu. He's like,
He looks like Stan Smith from American Dad.
yeah,
Looks
he's just like
Botoxy.
literally like, God love him. He'll go up there. I don't know what his live performance is like now, if he's got the chops still.
Well, I sent you that thing where it was like someone posted shorts of every one of his songs from a set, and I was just like thumbing through them like for the first 3 seconds, and everyone sounded exactly the same.
He's got stage presence, I think.
Well,
He's-
yeah, but has he got the
he's-
vocals is what I'm saying. Can he
think
sing
so.
still?
Yeah, I
well, you
think
could do
so.
Lover. You've heard that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I've only had the
oh,
recording.
oh.
I haven't seen it live yet in Heaton
Oh,
Park.
mate,
But
mate, I cannot wait for that. I'm arguably more excited for that now than
yeah,
so
exactly.
like the master plan or whatever. Like, yeah, you can put that to bed.
Yeah, we can leave after Ashcroft's done.
After the first song of Ashcroft.
We'll just-
It'll all be on YouTube anyway after. So.
That's
Any
it.
more thoughts on Verve? and-
Yeah, I mean, Urban Hymns, like, obviously I know the cover and stuff like that, but again, like, being a tier 2 or 3 band, I never really sat down with it. I was listening to it today when I was cooking, and like, it's strong as hell.
It's good. It's great.
I was going to make a joke to you, Josh, and say it's the 3rd best Oasis album.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Lucky Man, that's a tune. Oh, actually, though, I don't know if you can flash this up. in the start of Lucky Man, it's like a nebulous, hazy thing before the song comes in. And it sounds like it's saying slag. It's like slag, 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 slag. And then it goes into lager, lager, lager. And it was making me like.
Is it actually slag and lager?
No, it's not. No. But it's just like, I listened to it like 3 times and I was like, I can't. This can't be saying anything else. Sonnet, that was an absolute banger. I've never heard that before.
Great song. I've never heard that before. That's like literally one of their big songs.
I know. It was like second or third on the thing.
I'm excited. I can't remember it, but I'm excited to hear it when we see him.
Yeah. Drugs Don't Work. I was listening to it. I was like, the guy that wrote these words wrote Lover.
Yeah.
Like the dichotomy of like skill on the sliding scale was just like, oh my God, like you could have just done this 50 times over. Why didn't you just be this like Bob Dylan-y prophetic, like, you know, Oasis-y thing? But he's like, no, I'm gonna go into like really like rap cool stuff. And then Urban Hymns, 60s vibe, almost like Ocean Colour Scene in a way. I thought the drums were a bit like ba 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 ba. And then there's a song there called Catching the Butterfly, which sounds like early Smashing Pumpkins with Tom York singing it. I think he kind of nicked a little bit of like the bends. I feel like that was probably maybe just like 6 months before. He's got a bit of a Tom York thing when he's not doing his full Dickie Ashcroft thing. So yeah, very impressed. Like I'm actually proper looking forward to it. You know, Lover plus Urban Hymns. Give it me,
Well, you've got solo stuff as well though.
I did listen to that on my run, but the only thing that came up was that Liam Gallagher one. Like I said earlier, and that I thought he was doing Liam Gallagher, and I was like, wow, you really slipped off if you're just doing his voice. And then I pulled it out and I was like, oh, this is just a terrible, terrible Liam Gallagher song with Dickie on it.
But that's what cemented his place in the comeback, wasn't it? It was like, oh look, I'll do a track with you last year or the year before, whatever it was, a couple of years ago.
He wouldn't say that, would
Bang.
he? Even on Radio X, where he's doing like, well, you know, actually they supported me. Let's not
Makes
forget
sense,
that.
doesn't it?
He says that every 5 minutes. Like, you know, now I'm supporting them. What a crazy, like, we know, Dickie.
Yeah, Verve did do a reunion, didn't they, a few years ago?
Well, I was saving a Verve fact till right.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So do you want, shall I wrap up?
I think we can wrap up. I think we've done enough, but overall we're excited to see these guys. Cast, Lover Ashcroft, as we call him.
Yeah, Dickie boy.
It's going to be great. So a few beers and the sunshine. It's going to be fantastic. And then this wonderful Verve fact right now is going to...
So Verve were like a very fractured band, often falling out with each other. And then they reunited, and then they did the album, which I don't really know, but it had Love Is Noise, which you probably know, which I remember from the time, that one. Fall out again. That's it. That's the end of Verve. And their last ever gig was at V Festival 2008, the year before Oasis. That was the final ever Verve gig. So V Festival was killing off bands left, right, and centre every year.
Well, thank God it's ended. Thank God it's no longer
put it to bed. Wow.
In the graveyard. We've got Tifo on the beach as well.
God rest their soul.
God rest their soul.
Right, boys. Another great episode. It actually made me look more forward to Ashcroft and Cast.
I'm indifferent, but I'm glad to be there.
Still to be persuaded on Cast.
Song
Definitely in for Dickie.
For Dickie boy.
Yeah, but it's one band and they're how many weeks now until they play their first gig? It's not long now, 2 weeks.
It feels like we can start counting in days. Never mind weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Oasis are coming. They're coming hard.
Until the first gig, it's only like 2 weeks.
I know.
And then ours is sort of a few weeks after that.
Yeah,
like 4 weeks after.
Wow.
The long
old road, eh?
Round,
yeah. Well, thanks for watching episode 958 of Mad For It. The boys are still on the road to see Oasis live in 2025, and we're bloody close. So please follow us on social media, and you can listen on Spotify. All the details are on the screen now, or just Google it. And we'll see you next time for a very special episode. We're reviewing What a Story, Morning Glory. See you then.
Mad For It.